All right. Welcome. Welcome to another New York live stream. We will be working on some analysis on gold, GJ, crypto, and looking for some trades on pre-New York and New York session. So welcome to the live stream, Trade with Tayyip. All right. I'm actually what you're seeing on the screen is C Trader. I am trying it out. So I haven't done anything on the charts. I just, made sure the colors of the candlesticks are the way that I like, the way that I'm more comfortable, and the background is black. I removed anything like grids, session periods, and background images. I removed all of those, and I did take a trade yesterday uh, just to make sure everything is connected and well and good to go. So today, if we take a trade, I should be able to execute immediately. So yesterday we just took buys. I'll show you on 15 minute, 30 minute. Yeah, let's see, 30 minute. Yeah, let me see if we can turn on the previous trade. Chart type, period, view option, positions, add CBOT button, tick volume, period separators, grid, orders, chart scale. I don't even know some of these are indicator titles. I don't know what that is. Let's see. We can background image. How do you add where place new order, template, chart type, viewing options? I thought that would be it, right? Viewing option, tick volume, deal map, deal map, add CBOT, bars, indicators, object. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have an algo. Anyways, you can see the trade here. Oh, once you click on it, but th there is also an option where it shows you that you entered the trade here and then you exited without you having to click on the trade. Anyways, so I entered the trade here on um, let's see, 15 minute. Yep. So as the 15-minute was breaking above this previous resistance, yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how uh, where things are on here. Copy, I'll go. Where can I find drawings? I mean, where are drawings? I didn't see it here. Maybe if I click on the candlestick, object manager drawings. Okay. Fib. Okay, so we might be able to use TradingView for today, but we'll be able to execute trades on it. So anyways, I took the trade where it was breaking above this area. So I took the trade on the open of this candle because it was trying to break above. It didn't. It broke above this area, and then you could push up to possibly this wick. So I opened the trade on the open of this candle, and once this candle and the stop loss was below this previous candle. Once this candle closed bearish, my stop loss was below this previous candle because I don't want it to break its own low. The reason why I didn't close my trade is because on 30-minute we were still closing bullish. Mm, So on 30-minute we're still closing bullish, and the next 30 minutes high is what I uh, what when I close the trade. So next, it's about 10 pips. It was just the trial just to make sure that the account is working, and the account is in fact working. This account is right now at $10,094. Let's take a look at Trading View and see if we can do some analysis. Okay, let's remove all drawings. So yesterday's daily candle, it closed with no wick. So there is a possibility we fill out the entire previous candle and go up to 33.44. We've seen this a couple of times, and whenever there is no range, that means that price just kept going up. It didn't come back for any exhaustion. So price usually comes back for exhaustion. That's how a trend is formed. So if the price keeps going up, and that's where a candlestick closes, that it looks like this. It looks like this. There is no wick. And once there is no wick, there is no room for next candle to continue to go in that direction. So it has to do an exhaustion, which is this candle, and usually ends up filling the entire candle here. But today is also news day, I believe. So we're gonna take a look and see if uh, we can keep up with the news. And yeah, FOMC is today. It's 1 p.m. I probably won't be streaming at that time, but I will be looking at the markets, and we'll do some analysis tomorrow as to how the price moved based on what the news what the news was, and we'll be able to see how it'll be interesting to see how the market moves immediately and then after maybe an hour or so. So because when you're in the market and as FOMC is happening, there's there's swings, there's volume, there's just so much happening that you can get caught in and you can get caught in a red day, and then that could be the worst thing to happen. So, but when you look at it overall, you might not even notice it was FOMC just because gold trades with that kind of volume on a usual basis. So that's why it's important. We'll do some analysis tomorrow. It will be interesting how it plays out. All right. Anyways, let's see. So 4 hour, we have been pushing up, and let's see. Yeah, we're just been going straight up so far. There's not much that is happening even on 1 hour. 30-minute, we have formed a resistance. Let's go 30-minute, we formed that resistance, and the next one is right here. This candle closed with no wick, so let's see how we can retrace back. I think Paul is just gonna come out and stall that, stall. He has been doing it for quite a while, and this could be one of the same Fed's meeting where he comes out, he doesn't give a proper sentiment for the market, and the market just uh, does some slingshots up and down and then continue with the day. I want to see last time. When was the last FOMC meeting? FOMC calendar. So in 2025, last one it was held was July 29th to 30th. Press conference. Let's see.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. That good afternoon, it slingshots the whole market. He hasn't said anything. Watch today. He will not say anything. That good afternoon is where people make people go broke or they make generational wealth.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Despite elevated uncertainty, the economy is in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. We believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way.
So he's saying the inflation is up ahead of the schedule for 2%, and they don't want to change any rates.
To potential economic developments. I will have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments. Recent indicators suggest that growth of economic activity has moderated. GDP rose at a 1.2% pace in the first half of this year, down from 2.5% last year. Although the increase in the second.
All right, let's see. July 29th. Let's just say 29th right here. One day further. Holy. Damn. Damn, dude. That Wednesday we had bangers. FOMC meeting 1 p.m. Let's see. So July 30th. We'll go daily. Also, this is moving up in the world. So if we close above, then we can possibly continue to push further. 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute. Let's see how we close. We've got 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes. Anyways, July 30th, I believe that's what it was. That's what it was. July 30th. All right, so it's this candle right here. What we'll do is we will mark this as our green, and then we'll go 1 hour. We'll go to the time. Okay, this is the end of the day. This is the end of the day. So we're looking for something, anything before. Is this time in which format is this time? Chicago. And are we on the Are we on 24 hour? Yeah, we are on 24 hours. See if I can change it to 12 hour. Okay, this is the candle that we're focusing on. This is a 30-minute candle. This is 1 p.m. And right here is so it closed bearish, respecting below. Honestly, with CPI, there is no respect, or there is no respecting anything. It's CPI. But I'm trying to make sense of what I'm seeing. We filled this whole range. This is 78 pips. So 150, 160 pip move. Let's go to 15 minute. Okay. So as you can see how much volume CPI brings in the market just in the middle of the day when there's never any, hardly any volume. Okay, now we take a look at, oh, nice. We have break above. So if we can close like this, I would want the candlestick to wick down, and then as it's breaking its own high, that's what we'll trade, and we'll continue to push up, moving towards 33, 36. So we still have about 2.5 minutes for the candlestick to close. And yeah, Doge, Doji boy. Yeah, crypto is just it's going down. It's in a downtrend, let's just say. Crypto is so far in the downtrend, and I'm still looking forward to this weekly to flip bullish. I still want this weekly to flip bullish, but what we have seen on the left hand side is some downtrend after there is resistance that's formed. So let's see how this weekly is gonna go, because also we're towards the end of the month. We're in the last quarter of the month, and I want to see how this candlestick closes. That will be our indication for next month. I am overall bullish on crypto. What I am looking for is eventually this wick to be filled. This wick to be filled, and then these highs to be retested again. But as of right now, we would like to see when that's going to happen. And if this candlestick closes bullish, then there is a possibility the next month is is when we'll see these wicks being filled. GJ daily. Let's remove the drawings. So GJ is bearish. It has filled this wick on the left hand side. So we will draw this. Actually, I'm not going to draw anything on daily. We'll go down to 4 hour. Interesting. 1 hour. Yeah, perfect. And then we have a resistance. So let's see how we react from this support. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a reaction, and then we can possibly look forward to get buys on GJ. 30 minute. So far, yeah, we're bearish, but we can look at something like came down, went up, and then now something like this, right? Let me see. So maybe something like this. Now we're in the range. Let's just say it looks like we're in the range. So if it closes with indication of buys in the market, then I will be looking to trade GJ back up to at least 199, 270. 15 minute. We have broken above the high. What's the stop loss? stop loss is 30, 40 pips. The way you can reduce your stop loss, the way you can make it smaller is when this candle wicks lower and as it's breaking, its own previous either high or as it's pushing up, at that time you can enter a trade, and that would be your stop loss at that time. So, for example, what I would be looking for is so I'll be looking for something. Okay, please let me green and then maybe something like this. So I want the price to create a lower wick, and that lower wick will be your stop loss. It shouldn't break below its own low. But so right now it looks pretty bullish to me. Even if it continues up, I mean there is a chance for it to continue up. There, we'll see. Yeah, brother, we definitely look strong here. Hourly, we're at the start of the hourly. Yeah, the reason why I didn't enter because I wanted it to create a lower wick. But looking at 30-minute, I've seen this happen a couple times. I've seen this happen many times actually. Once the candle is formed, it has already created a lower wick, and this candle closed with a wick. It didn't close with all body. The next candle could break above and continue to push. Let's see how we close on this 15-minute. Maybe we still have an entry. In the meantime, let's see if we can single chart mode, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, there it is on the right hand side. let's see how far up we have moved from the trade that I took. We have moved we have moved 165 pips. So if I kept this buy open, we would be at $1,600. This $94 would have been at $1,600. But like I said, this was just a trade to check. And usually my trade is 10 to 15 pips, 20 pips maybe, and then come back the next day. Let's see if we can bring the color from the our we don't have the coordinates. We don't have the color. Okay, we're retracing back. Yeah, I want to see how the candle closes, and then possibly it could wick down, and we could continue to push up on the way it's pushing up. We can enter a trade. Settings, brother. The settings are adding a comment. That's that's useless. Duplicate, locked. Click the area of the rectangle with color. Fill the area of the rectangle with color. Yeah, sure. Up arrow. I don't. Can we keep this as a standard? have 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Let me turn on the fan here. Yeah, we have 3 minutes for this candlestick to close. Let's see how it closes. Tuesday. Yeah, we're just going down. All right, we are at the bottom of this range, and what I'm anticipating is move that can correct this whole entire range here until at least 199, 200. There is a possibility that we're pushing up for CPI to grab liquidity, to grab volume. Well, not volume, just to grab liquidity. And then we will continue to push bearish because overall we're in a bearish movement. We're in a bearish trend. And I think this week, because of the amount of news happening this week, we could really turn the monthly candle bearish. So, yeah. So with the amount of news happening this week, I think we could possibly turn this candle bearish and continue to move down and test these lows down here. It may not happen this month, but we will with the amount of news happening this month. Sorry, with the amount of news happening this week, there is a possibility that we could turn this candle bearish and continue to drive to test these lows at 31, 32.48, and then all the way down at 31.15. Because these kind of news, the big moves, they require volume. What has volume is New York Open. It has the session opens, session closes, and news. News are the biggest factors for volume. And once we have a lot of news this week, so I think there could be a possibility for a break for this candlestick to flip bearish. If it's gonna flip bearish, it should be this week. Whoa, we have completed this 33 pips. That's nice. Now, I wouldn't recommend trading here because we're almost at resistance. 4 hour. Chat. I'm gonna look at chat. That's something. July. Let's see. Today. I'm gonna take a look at if there's any GBP news that is happening in the next throughout the day. Yeah, there's not any GBP news, so I after the close on 15 minute, actually I'm gonna enter a buy right here for GJ. And let's see. I don't I don't know how I can bring the chart on the left hand side so I have more room on the right. So let's exit this. Close this. Brother. Okay. 12 pips. It's 20 pips. I'm gonna wait for just a 15 minute to close bullish. And the next 15 minute is when I will actually I think it's gonna close bullish. Stop loss will be below this area. Positions. Gold. We are moving up in the world for gold. We have Fibonacci. We have what else do we have? So, synchronized crossed here. What is that? Market snapshot. Pencil. Hmm. Equidistant price channel. Don't even know what that is. I would like to draw a rectangle here. Why can't I draw a rectangle? So on the left-hand side, we have our calendar along with our news. So let's just take a look at the calendar. In the calendar, retail price index. I like how for each pair, it separates the news itself. So that's nice. That's really nice. So the future news that will come is these two. They're highlighted. Highlighted. Gold. Yeah, gold will continue to push up. CPI in 5 hours and 32 minutes. Let's see. We can trail stop, close 50%. Okay, we can close 50%. Close 99 lot. Okay, damn. Add one lot to the position. That's great. Protect. Okay, this is nice. So by double clicking on CTrader, by double clicking, you should be able to manage your positions. You should be able to close or add positions here. So let's say if I want to close 50% of my position, I'll click 0.50 lots. So if I have opened one lot here, so I'll click 0.50 lot and I'll click this and it will close 50% of my position. And if I also want to protect my position, I can trail the stop loss uh, and I can trail my take profit as well. So that's very neat on CTrader. We're currently in profits, so we'll continue to let this ride. $53. See, I've seen this happen many times. as I was explaining earlier, when we have a candlestick like this, how can I use these tools on the right hand side to explain when we have candlestick like this? Market replay, market price alerts. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna wait 6 more seconds. Okay, I'm gonna show you one of the easiest setups that I've seen in the markets that you can take in order for you to make money. Because if we take a look at this candle right here, and we have what we have done is this arrow looks so bad. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna show you some of the easiest ways. Some of the easy. Let's. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the easiest setups in the market that you can take in order to make money. Once you have seen a candle like this, where you are in an uptrend, you have respected the previous low, but it's a small candle, and there is range for the next candle to go up, which means that there is a wick. The next candle should not break below its previous low and should continue to push up and test these ranges on the left hand side. And look at what happened. So this is clean candle. I've seen this happen over and over, and this is one of the best setups to make money. Why such a quick move? What is happening? New York Open. New York Open volume session. Volume time, baby. Volume time. As long as we're respecting this area, we should continue to push up. See, I drew this zone here. I drew this zone, but but gold is not reacting to this zone at all, which means that this zone is invalid now, right? So the next zone that we could have identify is 33 to 44 for the price to continue to move up. If gold had reacted to this area here, then I would say, okay, this is something that we can keep. We can keep this zone as important. But with volume in the market, these small zones can easily be broken. They easily get broken when there is only volume. I also don't like to be in trades for too long because I mean this is why I'm looking at this gold trade and I'm thinking next time I what I should have done to execute the trade, because I've seen this happen quite a bit of time where this candlestick, it went down, grabbed liquidity, came up, closed above this previous resistance with a wick for the next candle to continue to push up. If this candle did not have a wick, if the candle did not have a wick, then there would be a possibility for the next candle to have an exhaustion. But it had a wick, which means that once the price was moving up in this candle, the price. So let me give you a scenario. What is happening in these two candles right here? We moved up, breaking above the previous resistance. We moved up, we're traveling high, right? We come across the next candle. Now we're going down. We're doing exhaustion. We're tired. We're doing exhaustion, and we're getting ready to continue to move up. This is on a higher. This is on a bullish trend. So we did an exhaustion, and then we continue to start going up. And as we were going up, we did a little bit of exhaustion as well to continue to move further up. So the next candlestick, as long as it's breaking the previous candlestick's high, which means that I have rested and now I've started running again, and I have passed my resting point. That means that I'm going to continue to push further, right? That is this candlestick right here. That should have been a trade to continue to test these highs at least, which would have been, we anticipated at 30, 30 pips. Okay, GJ. I'm trying to see the difference. I'm trying to spot a difference between this. Let's just have them side by side. Color options. Body. Full outline, full fill. Mm-mm. Okay. Full outline. Borders. I think borders is the same thing. We have same color on the border. Color option. Full. Okay. Bearish. I think this maybe one more. Yeah, this should be okay. Comparing to this. Which one do we like more? I think I like this. I like this more. Also, there are two different platforms, so their resolution for the software is different comparing to each other. So on the 15-minute, what we have done is gone down, test these lows, because 30-minute is was bullish before, and if we can get a break above this 15-minute, that would be the continuation of the 30-minute candle. It closed really bearish though. I think if we can get a close on 5 minute, if we can get a bullish close on 5 minute, I am anticipating for the price to continue to push up. Yeah. So I've entered buys right here for price to continue to push up. With this much volume, as long as we are as long as we are not breaking below this previous candle, we should continue to push up. We are currently floating about 12, exactly at let's see, 16, 14 pips. What's happening on GJ? GJ. If we don't break above, then I mean it's a matter of time because we're at a heavy support. It may consolidate a little bit, but there's a higher probability we're gonna at least have some retracement upwards. I'm not gonna wait for it. I'm not gonna sit here and just wait for it. But if I if it happens now, I'll take the trade. If not, then I'll exit and in a smaller loss here. Gold on the other hand, gold we're pushing up. I think 15 pips we should be fine. I'm gonna close that trade right here. So history, we closed this trade. So we entered we entered on this candle, previous candle, and then we closed at this high. The whole idea was that looking at 15 minute, looking at 15-minute, we were we formed a lower wick, and we were continuing to push up. As we were continuing to push up, I went in the 5-minute. I took I was taking a look at 5-minute where it's been creating higher highs, right? If you look at this and see what the price is telling you, it's this candle did not break the previous low. This candle did not break the previous low. Also did not break the previous low, and as it was breaking above, this is where I entered the position, and this is where we exited. And the total profit for the day is 257, although I am still in a GJ trade, which is it's just dragging. It's just dragging here. Let's see what GJ, if we can continue to be in this trade. 30-minute. Gold trade. I think I took that trade around 1 hour and 15 minutes. Today was a good stream. And we're like this close to the stop loss. We got 3 minutes for the hourly candle to close. I don't want any sudden movements to take me out because I'm looking at the price right now and I'm monitoring it myself. So I know if it breaks below these lows, I can exit the trade myself. Anyways, yeah, there's a heavy support here, so I'm gonna let this run. So gold, yeah, no, it's this is nice. Gold actually went up and filled these wicks in the previous. So Phil, let's just take a look at hourly on gold, right? We filled this range all the way up to 33.45. GJ, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how this trade plans out tomorrow. But so far, we're up over $150 for the day. Including this trade, we're up over $150. If it retraces back, I'm gonna close it. If it continues to drop further, then I'll also close it. So just depending on, you know, uh, where the market takes us. But tomorrow I'll be able to. We'll come back and we'll we'll do analysis and we'll hope for, well, not hope for, but we'll look at probability setups in order for it to play out with our analysis. So with that, I will see